agenda are present and can hear me. So members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. So we have Allison Richardson,
Yes.
Sue Barber,
Yeah.
Bill,
Here.
Peter,
Yep.
Artie.
Here.
I missed Stephen. Did I say Stephen?
Present.
I think I got everybody. Staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Debbie,
Here.
Clay.
Here.
Now, anticipate speakers on the agenda. Oh gosh, I have to say all these people's names? Did you give me a list? List of potential speakers for each hearing. Oh, you did on this. Okay. I think at this stage, am I supposed to say Emily and Diane? Am I supposed to list those two people at this, or do I wait until I actually have their hearings? That would probably make more sense. So
Sure.
I'll come back to you guys. Okay. Now our introduction to remote meeting. Good evening. This open meeting of the Town of Needham Conservation Commission is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. For this meeting, the Needham Conservation Commission is convening by Zoom app as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. The general public is allowed and encouraged to ask questions during the meeting when directed by the commission chair and through use of the raise hand feature associated with the Zoom meeting app. Those that have questions or comments regarding a particular hearing will be called upon in the order they raise their hand, so please be patient. Meeting materials. I assume I'm supposed to keep reading this all. All supporting materials have been provided to members of this body and are available on the Conservation Commission website. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless the chair notes otherwise. Meeting business ground rules. We are now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do so, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. The chair will introduce each hearing on the agenda. I will introduce the applicant and/or their consultant to begin their project presentation. After they conclude their presentation, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment or questions. Please hold please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you, and please state your name before speaking. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call vote. Okay, we did that. Now, it is 7:38, and we have some, Deb, I think you said we could do some of the extensions. There's 2 extensions.
Let's see. I think there's 3.
Oh, there's 3.
Let me see. Button. Extension. Yep, there's 3.
Sorry, how's it going? Okay, so the first one I see is 25 Mar.
Yep, correct. So they are essentially completed their project.
So this is 25 Mar Road, DP file number 234769. It's an order of conditions, and they are requesting an extension of that order for 2 years.
Correct. They have installed the mitigation plantings, and their permit will lapse before the 2-year monitoring is completed. So they're just requesting 2 years for the plant monitoring.
So we need a motion and to take a vote. Is that how this works? We still need a motion and a second, don't we?
Yep, we do.
So we need a motion to extend the order of conditions for 25 Mar Road for 2 years.
So moved.
That was Artie.
Yes.
Can I have a second? We got Sue?
Yeah.
Okay, Artie and then Sue. So I guess I have to do a roll call. So Peter?
Actually, is there any, actually, Jen, just to make sure if there's any discussion before we vote?
Is there any discussion? Thank you, Artie. Any discussion on this extension for 25 Mar Road? So to go, whoever, if you are in favor, say aye. Peter?
Aye.
Artie?
Aye.
Allison?
Aye.
Sue?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
And then I say aye. So the motion passes and 25 Mar Road has an extension request. We do, can I go on to the next one now?
Yes, you can.
Okay, the next extension was 122 Richardson Drive.
Yes, that's fine. That
So
is,
this is, yeah, I can, so 122 Richardson Drive, DP file number 234784, requesting an extension of their order of conditions for 2 years. Because, you want to tell us?
yes, their construction took longer than anticipated, and the plantings were just installed this spring and need the 2-year monitoring.
So we need a motion to approve issue the extension for 122 Richardson Drive, DP file number 234784.
So moved.
Artie, thank you. Can I have a second?
I second.
Sue, thank you. Any discussion on 122 Richardson Drive? All right, and we'll go down the order. Peter,
Aye.
Artie,
Aye.
Allison,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
aye for me. So we have made the motion has gone through for the extension of 122 Richardson Drive. You said
Okay,
there was
so
a third one?
Yes, 898 South Street was first.
Oh, I missed that one, sorry.
That's okay.
So 898 South Street, DP file number 234785. Order of conditions extension request for 2 years.
Yes, once again, their order will lapse before the 2-year monitoring is up. So they are requesting a 2-year extension.
Can I have any discussion or a motion to issue this order, this extension?
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, this is the Foster property?
Yeah.
yeah,
Ah, yeah, it does look nice.
yeah.
Okay, I need a motion to issue the extension request.
So moved.
Artie, thank you. Second,
I second.
Sue, thank you. Okay, go down the roll. Peter,
Aye.
Artie,
Aye.
Allison,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
and I have aye for me. So we have passed the extension request for 898 South Street. It is 7:44, so our first hearing will be 470 Chestnut Street, a request for determination of applicability. The applicant is Emily Miles. Diane Simonelli is here to present. And if you want to prepare, Diane, are you planning to show us anything on the screen?
Yes, yep, I can turn this around. Hold, please.
Okay. So maybe a speaker view is best on that, except that now I'm looking at Allison, so that doesn't work. I guess Diane, you're gonna have to talk. So you become the speaker. Now I have Sue.
Have it.
Diane, are you not able to unmute yourself, maybe?
Yeah, it's muted.
Diane, you're muted.
Does that sound better?
Yep,
There you go.
Okay, let me turn it back around. So the current homeowner has an intermittent stream in the back with a BBW attributed to that. And it's on the east side of the lot. As you can see here in the back of the lot, it currently has an existing lawn line, which will stay the same throughout the project. The house has an existing deck in red here. That deck will be coming down, and they're going to add a new deck with a proposed addition, all within the existing lawn. The current condition, the house sits at 71.4 feet from the BVW, and our proposed setback will be 67.3. The current addition and deck adds approximately 105 square feet of additional impervious, which technically is exempt from stormwater, but we are going to be adding an infiltration system from downspouts on the north side of the house. The edge of lawn will be demarked with erosion control, and there again, no extension to the lawn. We're basically getting approximately 4 feet closer to the BVW. And really, that's about it. I'm not sure if there's any quick questions. This is a request for determination for the homeowners.
And Clay does have pictures that he can share if you would like, Janet.
okay. Now, I would like that board to stay up, but, so that means Diane has to make noise or something.
Okay,
Because now I have Debbie. Okay, great, thank you. Of course, now I probably am up, but,
Janet,
yep.
Diane's not really sharing the screen. She's just putting the picture.
I know, she's
That's
just.
not how
putting
you
it-
do it.
I don't know if can attendees or panelists even share their screens?
They should be able to share.
Okay,
their
let me
screen.
try that. I thought you all had the plan, so let me just.
I do, but I just comment.
Clay has the plans that he can screen share.
Yeah, I have it. I mean, I don't need to
One of you
see
do
it.
it.
Maybe some other people, I don't need to see it,
Just-
but that's not really how you share a screen. I can't see that.
Okay. Let me
Yeah,
try.
I have a separate monitor next to me, and so I have everything up fairly big myself, so I don't need it.
Let me try it one more time this way.
It just would be good to learn, so Diane to figure out how to do it. Well,
Yep.
actually, what you do is you pick the document on your computer. Do you have it on your computer?
No, well, no, I'm actually using a different computer to
Oh,
screenshot.
Well, I think you should just take off sharing then if you
yeah,
don't.
forget about it. You're
Yeah,
not
take
gonna
off, take off sharing then, please.
Yeah, forget about it. That's how you share it. You need the document in your computer.
Okay. So my question on this one is, how far away is your infiltration system from the property line?
Well, I can measure that and get that back to you, but it's the side setback there is 14 feet. And that's about 2 feet, 7 feet. I would say probably at 4 to 5 feet. I mean, we can move it within the buffer. I mean, we can move it within the building envelope. That's easily moved.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it should be at least probably 10 feet away from the property line, but you also probably want it to be 10 feet away from the house, so you
Yeah.
can think about that.
Yeah,
Um,
we can adjust that to satisfy, the setbacks to the sideline and the house, yes. Actually, we could put it in the front of the house, in the front setback,
Great.
just looking at that, because we're not adding that much of an addition where the downspouts we want to add more than just what the new addition is going
Yep.
to be added, so.
Hey, Diane, what is going into the infiltration? The whole roof system? The whole
Well,
roof? System?
Not the whole roof system. We figured either the front or the back. That's why we put it on the side. But we can bring it out front and just have the front come into that. Again, if you look at the detail, it does have overflow. So if there's any storms like we had the other day with all that rain, it will just surface, run off into on the surface, and it won't overflow into the system and blow it out.
So I have a couple of questions, but if any commission members have questions, I guess I'll ask one more question and then I'll just start going down the line. My other question was why the hay bales were placed where they are, but I think you said they're placed at the edge of lawn.
Correct. That's the edge of existing lawn.
So I'm just gonna go person by person and see if anybody has any questions. So be ready. Peter, any questions?
No.
Artie, any questions?
No.
Allison?
No?
Sue?
Not really, no.
Not really, but
No.
maybe something.
Yeah.
Bill?
No.
Steve?
No.
Anybody in the audience have any questions? You can raise your hand and we will be notified that you have a question or have anything to say regarding this particular. I'd like to see those participants up. Maybe it's a full screen. I do not see anybody raising their hand, and I think Roger would tell me also. Any further discussion on this project? Diane, you have anything else to add to your discussion?
No.
And anybody else in your team? You're just the only one talking.
Yeah, the homeowner said they wouldn't be a part of it this evening.
Okay. So they didn't want to be part of this?
There they are. There they are.
So if we have no further discussion and we have everything we need, do I have a motion? I
So moved.
assume that the idea is to issue a negative determination of applicability unless you want to have another motion?
Is that where we're motioning the negative determination then?
Well, unless you want to, you want to feel like it's a positive, you could say positive. You can make whatever motion you like.
I move that we issue a negative determination for 470 Chestnut Street.
Do I have a second?
Second.
That was Steve.
Correct.
It's hard to find everybody. Okay, so now that was Artie and Steve seconding. So I'm going to go one by one for a negative determination of applicability for 470 Chestnut Street. Peter,
Aye.
Artie,
Aye.
I assume I still have to say the same person, even though you made the motion. I think you're still supposed to vote. Allison,
Yes.
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
I. So that means we have issued a negative determination of applicability. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I will hold on to that until we get the revised plan with
Yes.
the new location.
Are we looking for a infiltration system that is 10 feet from the line and 10 feet from the house, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. And I do have one other 50 Lehigh. Is that something for a certificate of compliance that we could discuss, or should I just hold on?
I think, we don't have a time on this agenda.
No,
Yeah,
we
are
didn't
we
do
ready to
times
proceed?
because
Lehigh.
So, I mean, so is it okay to take something out of
Yes.
order? We can just, okay, so we have something for that in our packet?
Yes.
Okay, Diane, you want to do your presentation? Or, okay, I gotta find my list again. I gotta exit full screen.
Yeah,
Okay,
line up
so
is
which one?
50 Lehigh.
Okay, so 50 Lehigh Road, it's DP file number 234777. There is a request for a certificate of compliance. And does the staff have any comments? Oh, Allison has something to say.
Question.
Yep.
It says 1, 2, 3 of the 5 plantings have been deer browsed, but it's alive. So I think that's a little, like, how much is alive? Is like a little tiny bit in the top? Or is it like one branch? Or, alive is,
Very,
it's not very descriptive. How badly have they been eaten?
I didn't ask that. I can get a confirmation as to what he feels the likelihood of them surviving.
Is like 50% of it alive? I mean, what percent of it is alive?
Mhm.
And it's because it says Eastern Red Cedar, 5, alive, only 3 found and have been deer browsed. High Bush Blueberry, 11, alive, deer browsed. Winterberry, 6, alive, deer browsed. So, alive is, you know what I mean? It's not quite, if like less than 50% is alive, I don't consider that acceptable, in my opinion. I don't know, what is the history, Janet, of acceptable, a plant being acceptable?
Well, I think we go by their staff, if the conservation staff have been out on the site and viewed it and feel comfortable with it. Have Deb or Clay been able to be out on the site? Do you have an opinion?
yes, I did do a site visit, and I found the shrubs to be growing in relatively well. I didn't see an issue with the 75% survivability.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. It just didn't say it in the written.
Yeah, I know it was kind of a thin report.
Great, okay,
Perfect.
great, that's all.
Okay.
Any other questions? Are we comfortable with this project and his staff? Comfortable that we can issue our certificate of compliance? This is a complete one, not a partial, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Yes, I'm fine.
So can I have a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 50 Lehigh Road?
I move that we issue a certificate of compliance for 50 Lehigh Road, DEP file number 234777.
A second?
I second.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? And I'm gonna go through this list again. Everybody ready? Peter,
Aye.
Artie,
Aye.
Allison,
Aye,
Sue,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
and I have aye. So we have issued the certificate of compliance, and you can work with Deb or Clay to pick that up or get it mailed or however. that
Okay, well, thank you so much.
All right. So our next hearing is for 18 Jarvis Circle, DEP file number. It has no DEP file number, has not been issued yet. So just
Janet?
know, yep.
Clay has his hand raised.
Okay, Clay.
I would just like to point out, it looks like we do have at least one attendee that's phoned in rather than using a computer. So I'd just like to comment and say that if somebody's listening and on the phone and they'd like to raise their hand to ask a question, the function to raise hand over phone is to press *9. I'll raise a hand, and then if we see that raised hand at some point when we start taking comments, that may be a time that they can participate if they're looking to comment.
Oh, thank you. *9, huh? I did not know that. Great. So we are going to open the hearing for 18 Jarvis Circle. This is a notice of intent Because we do not have a DP file number yet, we will have to continue this till for April 30th. However, we can still open it and have that discussion. And so is there somebody, I think there are, the applicant maybe is here, Amelia and Todd Hargreaves. And the
I'm here.
consultant,
Karen
is-
Skinner-Catroni.
Karen Skinner's here. Okay, so Karen, you want to do your presentation?
Sure. You have a plan, right? I wasn't prepared to put anything up, share anything.
We have a plan, but Clay, do you want to put yours up?
Karen, if you just want to let me know when you want it up on the screen, I will share screen.
Yeah, you can put it up now. That's fine.
Okay, just a moment.
And I assume so, Roger, I think you're gonna let us know if somebody has their hand up in the meantime, because I'd like to be able to go to full.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, Karen, it's up to you.
Okay, great. So for the record, Karen Skinner-Catroni, I'm representing Todd and Amelia Hargreaves, who live in the house now at 18 Jarvis Circle. They're proposing to tear down the existing house and rebuild a new house in that same area, on that lot. So the existing house is 1,147 square feet. 998 square feet of that is in the 100-foot buffer zone. And there's an existing deck that is 190 square feet inside a 100-foot buffer zone. The proposed house is 2,253 square feet with 1,439 square feet within the buffer zone. So they are also proposing to tear down, we've proposed 2 500-gallon infiltration dry wells on each side. That's for the total roof runoff. They're shown on either side of the rear portion of the house.
They're not shown on this plan because this is the planting plan, but they are shown on
Yes,
the other plan.
yes,
the
I'm
site
sorry.
plan.
Mhm.
Oh, here it is.
So we're requesting to take down 3 large white pines shown on the side of the left side of the property. These are really, really tall trees that are posing danger with the fallen branches. We're proposing to plant these trees are not on their property, they're on the neighbor's property, but
I was wondering about that. That was my question. Okay, so there's a
we-
neighbor?
Yes, we have a letter from the neighbor. I included in the packet.
Oh,
They
good.
are fine with the trees being removed at the expense of the applicant. We're proposing as mitigation, 2 flowering dogwood, 2 black cherry, and 4 shrubs, 2 rhododendron and 2 pink azalea as mitigation for those 3 trees. We chose lower trees because there is an overstory that a tall tree would probably not do well there. These are proposed along the back yard, along the back fence. So we're proposing a compost sock and construction fence as erosion control. That will be just slightly inside the 25 foot for the plantings. And that's about it. If you have any questions.
You're also removing the shed in the back there
Oh,
too.
yes, thank you, Deb. We're removing the shed in the back, so.
So you're working within the 25-foot no disturb zone to remove the shed and to plant trees, and the erosion control will be in that area?
The erosion control will be in that area, yes.
Is there an existing fence at the back of the lot?
There is. Chain link fence.
Once again, Clay does have photos if anyone wants to see them.
Yeah, I'd like to see them, please.
There's also photos in your packet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're sitting right there. So is that fence being removed?
No,
Okay.
So the erosion control will go up against it?
I'm sorry?
Will the erosion control go up against the fence? Is that the idea?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But the shed is being removed.
The shed is being removed.
The fence stays.
Yes. And the play gym there is gonna stay also.
Is the fence depicted on this plan?
I believe it's shown on the plan.
There's a line with the
Yeah, it
circles
is.
on
I
it.
can see it. It's a line with a little
Yeah.
post. It looks like a little circle. See, I see it. It's shown.
Yeah. It's not
So it's
labeled.
simply this is going straight through the back of the prop, right at the back, straight
Right.
line back of the property line. That's that one.
Any commission members have any additional questions? I did review the stormwater calculations. They're showing 2 dry wells to manage the roof runoff as well as the driveway runoff. And I didn't initially believe that they were big enough, but the calculations show that they were. So I did go through those and they had a deep test pit, which I also didn't think that it was gonna meet groundwater, and it was above groundwater. So you did your homework there. That was great. So I'm comfortable with the stormwater. It's a little close. The 25-foot no disturb area makes me a little anxious, but I don't know if anybody else has any opinions.
What's close
right now?
Are you saying what's close to the 25-foot, the cul-de-sacs?
Well, the fence is already in the 25
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
disturb zone, and it's not moving. The
Yeah.
shed is being removed, and then there'll be trees and plants, I guess, put in that area. So I guess that's good. That's an improvement within the 25-foot no disturb zone.
I have a question, Allison. What is the species of rhododendron?
So we're gonna put the azalea and just
The azalea, I know, but you have 2 rhododendron.
Yeah, I just had a regular, I don't have the scientific name on there. I apologize.
Oh,
Just common rhododendron. Is it New England rhododendron?
no. What, catawba maybe? I mean, try to get it like one that's from North Carolina and not from China.
Oh, yeah. So North Carolina?
It's catawba is probably, or the big one. I've forgotten the name of it now. And just a tiny little comment, it's petty, but azalea is Azalea.
So you said AZA?
Yeah, it's not AZE, it's Azalea, although
So
that's.
I'm looking at the New England wetland plant book, and it's AZE. I'm not that I'm doubting you, I'm just telling you that that's where I picked it up from. AZELEA.
That's so weird. Well, that's weird because rhododendron and then the other one, the Paracyclaminoides, that's correct. That's
Yeah.
the Latin name. Azalea is the common name. I've never ever seen it spelled that way. It's a common name. It's not the Latin name, that azalea.
Right.
Yeah. So I have never in my life seen it spelled that way, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. If they have it spelled that way, that's fine. I mean, it would be good just to say that you're going to try to get a Native American rhododendron.
Absolutely. Yes, no problem with that.
Okay. That's it.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any, Bill?
You just want to make sure there was no grading changes. I don't know if you can go back to the plan, but nothing that would affect the abutting lots or any grading towards the back, towards the wetland.
No. We're not proposing any.
The photos look flat, but the plan shows it kind of a number of contours, so.
Housing,
the plan
yeah,
looks
sloping. Yeah. Okay, that's all.
Anybody else have anything? Artie?
Whenever there's been you know, a major tear down, build up, certainly whenever that's going on. We've always looked at what's happening with the property lines, what's happening with the buffer zones, and how we view it. Now, I'm not saying that we say take the fence down. I'm not saying that. But I am saying we've always looked at what is happening with the buffer zones. Where is the 25-foot no disturb zone, and how and we look at that again, or we look at it in the first place, because it's been never since it's ever been looked at here, probably. So there are plantings, but where I don't see any plantings, unless I'm missing it, going on back in this area. Are there any going back in this area, or just on the side, or where are the plantings
You're
going
looking
on?
at the wrong plan, Artie.
There's a planting plan.
Yeah, you gotta look at the planting plan.
There's a new planting plan that shows all of the plants are within that
See,
25 foot.
it's up on the screen now, Artie. This is Allison.
Okay.
2 pink azaleas, 2 rhododendrons, 2 dogwoods, and 2 black cherries.
Okay.
They
Do you
have a
want
new
to have
plan.
them do a waiver request, Janet?
There is, yeah, you'll need a waiver request for work within the 25 foot, but this has to be continued anyway, so I assume that you will
Yep.
put that waiver request in before the next hearing.
I have one more question. I'm just looking at the top of the foundation is at 104. If you do an 8-foot basement, you're down at, at about 96. You don't have an elevation of the wetlands, but you're close to the 96 contour, I would assume, looking at the grading that's here now. Will there be any sump pumps or discharge of sump pumps, or any type of groundwater mitigation in the house?
I hadn't discussed that. I don't know if Mikhail is here. It's online. See his name here.
And Bill, just so you are also aware, they have a test pit dug that is behind the existing house, behind the deck. And it went down 8 feet to no groundwater was found. So the bottom of that test pit is at 91. The bottom of the house is supposedly.
What would be helpful is an elevation of the wetland that they don't have, because that would have just given you a better idea where that water table might be.
Okay, I can get that for you. And I'll talk to the engineer about any issue with the sump pump. That didn't come up at all. So
Might be good to know. That's all. Thank you.
Yep, definitely.
Any other questions from the commission members?
I had 2 questions.
Okay, Sue.
I raised my hand. Did you see?
Oh, no, but thanks for yelling out.
Actually, I just want to verify, if 3 trees are taken down, I didn't get to see the new planting plan, but if 3 trees are taken down, I think we've got 2 rhododendrons, 2 azalea, and two dogwoods. Is that what's going in? No, what was that?
Cherry.
2 dogwoods and 2 cherries.
It was 2 cherries?
Yeah, so 4
Oh, okay.
trees and 4.
All right. So for 3 trees taken down, the rhododendrons are considered shrubs, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have, so that satisfies the 2-to-1 between the shrubs and the trees with the 3 trees taken down?
So we have for the 3 trees, we have 4 trees and then 4 shrubs. So it's 4
fine.
for
Fine.
The
1
black cherry and the dogwood both count as trees.
Yeah.
Those are considered
Yes,
trees. And
Allison.
then the rhododendron and the azalea are. So 8 are going in and 3 are coming out.
Yes.
4 trees, 4 shrubs. She'd make up for 3 trees coming out. Does that make sense to you, Sue? Anybody else have any questions? Any commission members? This has to be, so, I mean, I could go through one by one, but I can feel like people are kind of able to say, I can see Bill and Allison and Steve and Peter and Sue, I could see at one point. So I think people can say if they need anything, I could see everybody. So I think we could go by person, but I don't think we need to for this particular one. we have to continue it anyway. So if anybody has any other questions, anybody in the audience, any attendees have any questions? Any attendees having questions? So and if Karen, you're all set, we need to continue this till April 30th at 7:30 via Zoom. Waiting for the file number, DP file number, as well as the waiver request for the shed removal and the plantings within the 25-foot no disturb zone. I think, do we have, and Bill asked for the elevation of the wetland to be shown on the plan. Is that
So
everything?
you've asked for the waiver request, whether there's a sump pump, groundwater elevation, and the scientific name for the rhododendron.
And the elevation of the wetland, not just the
Right.
groundwater,
Oh, the ground, I'm sorry, yeah.
wetland. So we need a motion to continue this till April 30th at 7:30.
I make a motion to continue 18 Jarvis Circle till, till May when?
April 30th at 7:30.
April 30th at 7:30. Or 7:30 to 7:45.
7:45.
We're
Can I have
just
a second?
doing it continued to the time that the meeting is starting because we don't have times listed for these. So 7:30.
Okay, even though it seems like it's nice to, well, whatever. I think 7:45, it seems to work. 7:45 seems to work pretty well. And we do the first 15 minutes of whatever else. Okay, so do we have a second for that?
I
Second.
second.
I think Steve, we'll say Steve won out that. Okay, so we need to go through and people can say aye or nay. Peter?
Aye.
Artie? Artie? You're on mute. I think you
Sorry,
must be.
sorry about that. Aye.
I can see you saying it. Allison?
Aye.
Sue?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
And aye. So we will continue 18 Jarvis Circle till April 30th at 7:30. Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
it is now 8:17 and we can continue on to our next hearing. Everybody hanging in there? We are going on to 78 Brookside Road. I have my own little system here. I'm trying to highlight things. So we will open the hearing for 78 Brookside Road, DP file number 234841. This is a notice of intent. I believe Sue McCarthy is present and will be presenting for the applicant. So Sue, when you are ready, can you hear us and everything else?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Susan MacArthur from MacArthur Environmental Consulting, and I'm here with not physically here, but they are on the line, the applicants, Fushi Kang and Xinjiang Li. Hopefully I said that right. We are also on the line with Tim Paris, who is the engineer for the project, and he's the one who prepared the stormwater report. So yeah, this is a notice of intent for work proposed at 78 Brookside Road, and portions of which will occur within the 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland. Back in November of 2019, I delineated the wetland behind the property. Let me bring up this, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so this is the wetland behind, I don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so this is the wetland behind in the back. This is the house, the existing house. And this is the garage and the wetland. It's a pretty extensive wetland system, cattail marsh with pockets of open water and fringe along the base of the slope there. And then here's the plan. So the applicants are proposing to demolish their existing house, and they're proposing to construct a new house within portions of the same footprint, but slightly larger and pulled back away from the wetland system. The new house will be approximately 2,190 square feet. It will have a full basement. Full basement is proposed. The house will be demolished with an excavator. Debris and excavated soil will be trucked off the site to a suitable location. There are, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but there's 4 trees that are in the way of the existing house. They vary in diameter. They're spruce trees. They're fairly large size, 24 to 30 inch. 2, actually I thought there were 2 are in the buffer zone, and 2 are outside of the resource area. So those need to be taken down. We are also proposing to install a stormwater management system to infiltrate clean rooftop runoff. There'll be 2 Caltech systems, multi-chamber Caltech systems installed in the lawn area. Prior to construction, we are proposing an erosion control barrier at the downgrading line of work to prevent any sediment from reaching the wetlands. And as mitigation for some of this, the applicants are proposing to remove this section of driveway here. There is that garage that you saw in the photo. So they're going to remove this section of driveway, this impervious area, and loam and seed it with the native grass seed mix. And they are also proposing to plant, as mitigation for taking those trees down, plant 8 trees, 4 pin oaks and 4 green ash on the side of the driveway and on this side of the lot, kind of near the lot line. And then they are also proposing 4 shrubs, which 2 chokeberry and 2 high bush blueberry in amongst on the sides there as well. And I think that's it. I'll turn it over to Tim to talk a little bit about the stormwater management. Tim, do you have anything you want to add?
Just to say that the 2 I can't move the cursor, but you can see there's 2 leaders pointing to the 2 systems. That one on the right side there is a little larger because it's intended to collect about 2/3 of the house. The left side of the house, that part over there, is going over to the smaller system. It's going to be in the location where the driveway's coming out. They're large enough to collect the 1 inch of runoff from the entire roof. And they also mitigate the 210 and 100-year storm as far as so that there's no increase in runoff from the site.
And is there test pit information in your, I got the stormwater report late, so I had marked some notes on my plan, but is there the test pit information showing that you have adequate separation to groundwater?
Yes, yeah, we actually had test pits that were a little over 8 feet deep, and there was no evidence of groundwater at all. It's all very sandy soil all the way down, and there was no modeling at all.
I understand that there's bordering land subject to flooding is behind on the wetlands, from the wetlands coming up. And the elevation, do you have any idea what the elevation of that is and where that might land on the property?
Geez, I did not.
I mean, just looking at the, maybe looking at a FEMA map, there was showed the school that was built on the other side of that wetland
Yeah.
had a bordering land subject to flooding elevation around 85, I believe. So it maybe be comparable in this location. I mean, it's
Yeah, my map shows that it doesn't extend onto that property.
oh, really?
Yeah, when I looked it up, the FEMA map, it shows it doesn't extend up onto the property.
And it, even if it did, because of elevation 85 is basically at your 25-foot no disturb zone. So
it's,
so it would be out of any, you're not working beyond the garage.
right, but to take the pavement out, you know, on the upside.
And the garage is staying?
Garage is staying, yeah.
Are they gonna use it as a garage?
No, as a shed, I think was the intent.
Shed. I don't think they park cars in it, but it just says a shed, yeah.
Yeah, we are the owner of 78 Brookside Road, and we are planning to use the current existing garage as the garden shed in the future, after we've removed the driveway. And I also want to say there are only one trees that is within the 100-feet buffer zone, and the 3 that we will be removing are outside.
Okay, so there's just that one.
Of the buffer zone.
Yeah.
That's true. The 3 are the outside of the 100 foot.
Yeah, and those 3 are out. Mhm. So there is a little bit of work in the 50-foot, you know, but it's improvement, the removal of the pavement and then some of the plantings.
So have you completed your presentation and everybody else that's part of your team?
Yes.
Well, then we'll go to commission members and see if commission members have any opinions. Artie, you have any questions?
No, it looks pretty good for me. No, nothing else.
You just happened to be the first person that was on my screen. Like, oh, there's Artie. He must have something to say.
Nope.
Peter? Any comment, questions, concerns?
Yeah, the only one is one of the trees on the right is within the 25-foot, and I know that's already lawn, but do they need a waiver to work within the 25, even if it's developed?
That's a good point.
We can pull that back if you want us to.
Well, you either can request a waiver, because we allow plantings within 25 foot. If you want it there, you just have to request a waiver, or you can pull it out and not request a waiver. If we close the hearing, you're going to want to make the decision before we get to that point, though. So,
yeah, I mean, it's not required anyway, those trees to be planted, given that there's only one tree being removed within the buffer. But
yeah,
it sounds like they want to plant it, so.
yeah, you could just pull it 5 foot away and it would be on the other side of the 25-foot note, or you request a waiver and, well, we have to have that in writing. And
I think we just pull it back, yeah.
And we can say that and if we choose to issue an order, we can say that there'll be no plantings within the 25-foot.
Okay.
Allison, you have any comments?
Just one comment that they may or may not want to take advice that even though it's on our list, that green ash, and it is native, it gets emerald ash borer and they're dying everywhere. So they may want to either have more pin oaks or a swamp white or a red maple. They just do terribly now. We should pull that off the list.
Okay. I mean,
so it's just a suggestion. I mean, you can get them, but a lot of states you can't even buy them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I know it's sad. They're a nice tree. I used to use them all the time.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. And the white ash is no better. So it should be like a maple or an oak or.
Well, Fushi, are you?
We can settle with red maple.
Okay.
Yeah.
good. All right, thank you for jumping in there.
Okay.
So instead, so we'll substitute the green ash for red maple and there'll be no plantings in the 25 foot.
Okay.
As a homeowner, are you okay with that?
Yes, we're okay with that. Thank you.
Sue, you have anything to add? Any questions?
No, I think it's really looking good now.
Bill,
No.
Steve?
No comment.
That was everybody. I think you answered my questions. I have to go back to my, is it full screen? I have to go back to my list. All right. And Deb or Clay, you have any other comments? And anybody in the audience have anything, any attendees have anything to say? Questions?
No, I'm good.
So there was something about a 25-foot buffer line instead of a 30. Did that get corrected?
It's corrected. Yeah.
This plan shows it correctly?
This one shows correctly. Mhm.
Clay, do you have anything to add?
No additional comment. Nope.
Do we need any other additional information or are we ready to close this hearing? If we're
What's
good to close the hearing, can I have a motion to close?
What's the DEP file number? I just didn't have it on my list.
234841.
841, okay.
Can I have a motion to close the hearing if everybody is satisfied?
So moved.
Already made a motion. Do I have a second?
Second, Allison?
Allison seconded. Okay, so can we, any further conversation or I'm just gonna go down the roll call. Who's in favor of closing the hearing? Peter?
Aye.
Artie?
Aye.
Allison?
Aye.
Sue?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
And I'm aye, ready to close the hearing. Thank you very much for your participation. And we will be having a conversation tonight on issuing of an order of conditions for this project.
Great. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have to discuss that.
Okay.
Okay, so we did all of our public hearings. So we can go on to some other business before we discuss that order of conditions, I assume? That's the only, oh, we have,
Cartwright Road and
yep. So, okay, so
Here.
898 South Street, they are requesting a partial certificate of compliance for the work that's been completed with the exception of the monitoring of the mitigation plantings. So is there any concern, Clay or Deb, any concerns with issuing a partial certificate of compliance for 898 South Street?
No, we took a nice long walk there, as you can imagine, with Westworth and everything looked
Hopefully you went on a
beautiful, as
nice
you could
day.
imagine. Sorry?
Hopefully you went on a nice day.
Yes, it was lovely. So, no, we have, I don't. Clay?
I don't have any particular comments. I do have photos if people would like me to pull those up.
I think you should send them to us later, but
Yeah.
I'm curious how it looks because I haven't seen it, but not because I need to for this hearing. Anybody else have any need to see any of the photos? So can I have a motion to issue a partial certificate of compliance for 898 South Street, DEP file number 234785?
So moved.
I second.
All in favor? Okay. Okay, here we go, guys. Peter?
Aye.
Artie?
Aye.
Allison?
aye.
Sue?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Janet, aye. All right, so that was the 898 South Street 25 Mar Road, DP file number 234769. We have a request for certificate of compliance. Am I supposed to be asking if the anybody in the audience has any questions, or there isn't anybody in the audience, right? It's just us. So that's fine. I see ITC. Assume that this is Roger maybe. Okay, so 25
I
Mar
mean,
Road.
Janet, there are two attendees, technically. There are two attendees, which I
Oh,
believe
is
is
the person still on the phone too? Clay.
Oh, that's right. There's two attendees plus maybe a person on the phone, which I guess technically counts as an audience, perhaps.
Okay.
Although one person says applicant for 78 Brookside Road, but in any case.
This is Roger. Actually, the Roger that's listed there is me. I'm just viewing it as an attendee, and the Ms. Kang, she just hasn't logged off yet. I just moved her from the panelist side to the attendee side, so that's all that's over there right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Roger.
I know, I'm feeling like I can almost see everybody. We should be able to just say aye, but okay, we'll go through. So now we're at 25 Mar Road, DP file number 234769. They requested a partial certificate of compliance for work completed with the exception of the monitoring. So how's the staff feeling about this one? 25 Mar
This
Road.
was also the same day we went with Westworth over there because it's his project. And we found the back area to not be stable. There really wasn't any growth of lawn. They needed to reseed it. And I did tell him that I wanted to hold off until that started to sprout. So for him to get back in touch with me and we would put it back on the agenda.
So we are not going to issue a partial at this stage.
No.
So do we need to vote on that because it's been requested and we just deny it, or do we just take it up later?
I would just take it up later.
Okay. So then we move on. So now we're at 0 Cartwright Road, DP file number 234744. They are requesting a certificate of compliance. This was the Valenti Farm. Deb or Clay, you want to say anything about this? The beaver control plan?
Yes. Oh, bless you, whoever that was.
Sorry.
So this was, Volante had come to us with a notice of intent for ongoing beaver issues. Instead of issuing the emergency certifications all the time, they wanted a plan in place. So we did issue an order of conditions for that, but they let that lapse. So we're closing out this order of conditions, and they are coming back the next meeting after next with a new notice of intent. So we're just closing this out because it's lapsed.
Okay. So is that still a request for certificate of compliance, or are we? Is that still how it gets issued to close it out? Is we issue the certificate of compliance?
Yes.
Okay. So can I have a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 0 Cartwright Road, DP file number 234744?
So moved.
Second? That was Bill. Ooh, Bill jumped in. Pete out, Sue. Okay, one by one. Pete, is there any more conversation on that? Bless you. Peter,
Aye.
Artie,
Aye.
Allison,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
I'm aye. Okay, so that one has been issued. 145 Taylor Street, DP file number 234822 has requested a certificate of compliance for the full project. All of there was any plants or anything that needed to be monitored?
Yes, that's correct. There wasn't any mitigation plantings. I did visit the site, found it stable, all the work complete.
So you recommend that we issue the certificate of compliance?
Yes.
Comment or question regarding this property? From anybody in the room or the audience or participants? Okay, so can I have a motion to issue the certificate of compliance for 145 Taylor Street?
So moved.
A second.
Thanks, Artie and Sue.
Aye.
Allison,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Steve.
Aye.
Aye. All right, that's 125 Taylor Street certificate of compliance. We're getting there. 98 Sutton Road, DP file number 234834, request for certificate of compliance. This is a complete certificate. Was there a review done, a site visit? Who has something to say?
Yes, originally, they gave us a call in January to set up a site visit to review if they could remove the erosion controls and just to take a look at the site. There was no mitigation plantings required for this because there was no clearing of vegetation. It was originally for the deck and small addition and a stormwater unit that they put with an existing lawn. Back in January, I met with the homeowner and their consultant, and we discussed leaving the erosion controls in until the site had been stabilized because it was just dirt and it was January, it was frozen. We were a little concerned about things thawing out and migrating before anything took on. I believe Deb was out there last week and it looked like they did place sod down. The site was stabilized. And at that time, the erosion controls had also been pulled once the dirt patch is no longer dirt.
Great. Anybody have any other additional comments, concerns about this property? And I have a motion to issue the certificate of compliance for 98 Sutton Road.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second. Allison.
Allison, second. All right, roll call. Peter,
Aye.
Artie,
Aye.
Allison,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Bill. Bill. He's on mute, but he's
Aye. Aye. Sorry.
not. Steve?
Aye.
Janet, aye. Okay, so certificate of compliance for 98 Sutton Road. Is there anything else on the agenda that we need to cover? Oh, we didn't even talk about meeting minutes. Are we supposed to do it? Do we have any?
Yeah.
Yes, there were meeting minutes for the February 27th meeting that was circulated, just only via email.
Does anybody have any chance to review those?
I did. I did.
Great. Did you have any comments?
It was just one little thing that I think Clay inserted.
Yep, there was one word omitted from one of the motions. Sue caught that, and the minutes have been revised to reflect the correct motion.
Great. So did people have a chance to review them, and are we ready to approve the meeting minutes from February 27th, 2020? If anybody wants to make a motion, go for it.
Okay. I move to approve the meetings of February 27th, meeting minutes of February 27th.
Second.
Who's that, Steve, seconded? Okay. All right, all in favor, oh God, where's my list? Roll call again. Peter, oh, who was here? So I was there,
Abstain.
Sue, Artie, Allison. So Sue, do you, do we just approve the people that were actually there? Everybody else tends to abstain, so, right? So Sue, are you okay?
Yes, yeah, aye.
Artie, you okay?
Okay. Yes.
Allison?
Yes, aye. Yes.
Yeah. Nobody else was there. So that was our fast meeting. Oh yeah, that was our really fast one. We're there. Okay. So we have approved the meeting minutes from February 27th. And my next and any enforcement orders that we were supposed to talk about?
Sue?
Tell anybody about the tree that fell down on the PSAB building?
What? What?
A big pine tree fell down on top of the
DPW?
PSAB.
Man,
The what building?
Did it hurt it?
Yeah, did it hurt it, Deb or Clay? Did it had a dent in the roof, I hear, but did it break any windows or anything?
No, it landed right on the top, and I guess there were a couple holes over the engineering division.
Ooh.
But they're taking care of that.
Oh.
And so there's concern for the rest of the pine trees that are around our building at this point.
Yeah, I'm surprised there were that many pines left so close to it right there, actually.
Remember what we've been talking about with big pine trees in Needham and what happens when they're very tall and skinny and old?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're brittle.
There was a bunch that fell down on South Street too, that like took wires down, I assume.
Mm.
It looked like.
Yeah, there were a
Apparently,
bunch of road detours on Monday, Tuesday.
Yep.
Eddie Olson was blocking off the road with the chief of police, and they saw the tree fall on the building and the trees falling on South Street, and it really scared the chief.
Wow.
Oh.
Yes, he said he never saw anything so scary before, and he's the chief
Wow.
of police.
You just want to run out and get a boat and go into the reservoir while the trees are coming down.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess not much happens in Needham.
Wow. Wow.
The excitement of it all. I know how he's the most afraid of the trees falling down. I guess that's a good thing for our little happy town.
Exactly.
Anything else anybody wants to discuss?
Well, you have Exhibit A. Do you
Oh,
want?
oh yeah, I forgot. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we do? Oh.
Exhausting.
What about the conservation restriction, the easement with Mar Road?
Oh, that's nice.
Sent that
No,
to,
that was because we have an order of conditions that.
I've
Clay
sent that
sent
to
us.
Dave Tobin to review, Sue. I sent that to town council to review.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
we have Exhibit A for 78 Brookside Road that Clay sent us earlier. Does everybody have that? And Peter, are you reading it?
It looks good.
Thank you.
Where is Pete?
He's there. I see him. He's
But
like,
he's with snow.
he has a beautiful screen behind him.
Oh.
I'm going full waterfall on my next virtual background.
I'm going for the beach.
Well, Sue, I don't know what we're looking at, but it's like a door frame or something.
What, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably the seal. Oh, I know. I'm under the cupboard.
Oh,
I had to plug my phone in. The battery was about to go.
Yeah, covered. Okay. So does anybody have any comments regarding the order of conditions for 78 Brookside Road? And I think you can just say them because it's just us. And if we're good and everybody's happy, if we want to have a motion to issue. So this was, do we have in here? This is the one where they were going to change the trees and make sure they're not planting within the 25-foot no disturb zone. Has that been incorporated in, or well, probably not yet because you just said it. Can you?
I can add that.
Is this Clay or Deb that's going to make that change?
Yeah.
Does it list the trees in here anyway?
They have the trees. I mean, some of them aren't native, but like that Chamaecyparis, Wells Special, Enoki, that's Chinese. But I don't know. I don't know if we approve that one. Doesn't seem, that's not on our list.
I don't see the trees in this order of conditions listed. I just see.
I see it in the, I see it I see it,
on the plan.
No. I have the Exhibit A, and then I have Thomas Worth Associates, and then it's Needham Conservation Commission as built, and then at the end of that letter by Wesley Worth, he has the plants noted in the plant lists are not available until spring 2020 and will be planted at first opportunity. They include the following
Well,
trees.
is that two different things? Are you talking about something different?
He's talking about an as-built condition of the landscape at 25 Mar Road.
Yeah, so we're talking about the order of conditions for 78 Brookside.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mar Road and Exhibit A. You must
So
have,
Exhibit A is the order of conditions for 78 Brookside.
for 78 Brookside. Okay, never mind. All right.
So,
It's all
okay,
good.
order of conditions, 78 Brookside. House they're gonna have it take down, remove the driveway, plant some trees. So they're switching the trees to red maples and making sure they're outside the 25-foot no disturb zone.
I thought you were talking about Exhibit A. Never mind.
Well, it is Exhibit A, but a different Exhibit A.
Okay.
All right,
Modify condition number 25 to reflect exactly that, that green ash has been replaced
Yeah,
with.
yeah, we just talked about it. Yeah, we just closed it.
perfect. All right, so can I have a motion to approve this order of conditions as amended?
So moved.
Second?
I second.
Oh, we have a list. Okay, one roll call. Peter,
Aye.
Artie,
Aye.
Allison,
Bye.
Sue,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Janet, aye. Okay, we issued that. Anything else we have to do?
No, talk about the signing.
Yeah, can you
So,
talk about that? The signing?
so we were going to, if it's agreeable to everybody, I have a folding table in my garage that's not locked. It's kind of in set, it's probably not dry. So if it rains, it's a whole different story, but Deb will bring all of the things to sign and we'll put them in my garage on a table. And people can come over the weekend and sign where your names are.
So
There's
what's your
lots of-
address? What's your address, Janet?
473 High Rock Street. I'm kind of near the corner of Mark Tree across from the Chabad. And you can check out my lovely rain gardens while you're stopping over.
So anytime over the weekend or not Friday, but over the weekend?
Well, I don't know, with Deb or Clay, when will you bring them here?
Yeah, I'd like-
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Steve.
I'd like to come by Friday afternoon if that's possible too.
Yeah, so
Sure, be a troublemaker, Steve. That's fine.
Me and Sue.
Can I come Saturday morning?
yeah, you can come whenever you like. They'll just be sitting in the garage.
Will you be serving breakfast?
I have to have social distancing, so I won't, I'll maybe wave from the.
Just leave a box of donuts. We'll help ourselves.
Yeah, I was hoping for scones maybe.
So we
I
can,
just, I have banana bread in my oven that might be overcooked by now, but
Yummy.
so we can keep the
Okay.
pens? We get to keep the pens?
I'm gonna leave you all brand new pens. Take them with you.
okay, sounds good. So I have a table.
I'll send out an email when they're there, so everyone will know when
Thank
to go.
you.
And if
You're
for some
welcome.
reason
Thank you,
the
Janet.
garage door is closed, you just lift it right up. This is a very no nonsense kind of a place, but I'll try to just leave it open all weekend.
Okay.
It's a small garage.
Well, okay.
Anything else? Are we ready to adjourn or anything else?
Move to adjourn.
Is everybody, is everybody surviving this whole,
So much
thing?
for
We
chit
didn't
chat.
have time to chat, but anyway. But if you like,
I think this was very efficient, Janet. You did a great job.
Yeah, I agree.
I second.
well, I'm finding it exhausting. I'm like, oh my God, where's the wine? Okay.
So is everyone safe and healthy? Everyone's family safe and healthy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, physically, mentally, I'm going downhill daily.
You have plenty of company, Deb.
Can we really tell, Deb?
We just see your
Okay,
name, so you're
thanks.
fine.
So
Doing
supportive.
good.
Thanks. I want everyone to wear costumes next time.
Or we could all have different waterfall features behind us. Figure out how
Ooh,
to
I
add
like
those
that.
to our Zoom.
Sue, I
thing so
can't
we
really
can-
see you. I can just see the top of your head.
I know Sue's like always been kind of, we're looking at the cabinet.
What do I look like?
There you are.
Ah, there you are.
My battery was low, so I'm underneath the cupboard in the kitchen right now.
So we had Artie had made a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Bill, you can take it.
Bill seconded.
Second.
And can we just say all in favor? Do we have to do this roll call again?
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
All right, technically, yes. All right, ready? Peter,
Aye.
Artie,
Aye.
Allison,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Janet, aye. Thank you very much for all of your participation, your help. Thank you, Roger.
Great job, Janet. Great
Thank
job.
you.
Janet.
Great
Good
job.
job.
Thank you,
9
Janet.
o'clock. I think we're done
See ya.
earlier than normal.
I think we should have I think all our meetings should be Zoom meetings.
It went
Oh,
very
we're
well.
all here participating.
There's less likely to have people, sort of wander in and